We thank God. Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome to 2022. It's a new season, it's a new year. My name is Henry Quote, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, we make reading the Bible as easy to understand as possible and as practical in our everyday life. Now, this year, we're going to do something wonderful, something awesome. And this is the goal. Our goal this year is to go through the entire Bible from cover to cover, starting from today, the 1st of January, to the 31st of December 2022. Now, this is how we're going to go about it. Every day, we're going to read a few chapters, averagely about 3 chapters every single day. And then I'll explain a few verses. Those verses that jump up to me that I pick up some critical lessons from, I'm going to explain them. Now, for yourself, you also, of course, be reading along with me. And any scripture or any inspiration that you do get, you can, just feel free, drop it in the comment section so that we build a community, a massive, vibrant community of Bible loving people who are willing to go through the Bible from cover to cover by the 31st of December. Now, take note of this. Let's say you see this video in the course of the year, you didn't start with us from January 1st. No big deal. Whatever point that you got to, or whatever point you might have come to meet us at, just continue from there and then backtrack a bit. So let's say, let me put it this way. Let's say you come across this channel probably somewhere in February, March, or somewhere in the course of the year. Let's say March, for example. And realize that probably by then we are somewhere in the book of Leviticus or Numbers. And then you want to realize that, okay, you missed the whole of the first quarter. Just join in from wherever you find out. Wherever you find out we are at. If we happen to be in Numbers, just straight up join us in the book of Numbers and then just ride on with us. And it's going to be a wonderful journey. So those are the few things to take note of. Now, before we hop on to the first video for today, the 1st of January 2022, to pick up some key nuggets, let me just lay a few ground rules. Firstly, let me say that achieving this goal is doable. It will help bring a certain perspective to your understanding of the Bible that you've not experienced before. And this is what I mean. Usually we read the Bible, probably take a few verses every day as part of our daily devotion, and that's awesome, that's cool. But when you're able to read the Bible through in one year, it brings a certain perspective that you otherwise would not have gained in just picking up verses on a single daily basis. So this is one of the key things to have in mind as you join us to do this in reading the Bible through in one year. Now, the other thing also I noticed in having read the Bible from cover to cover for some time now is that it's wonderful to do the traditional cover to cover from Genesis through to the book of Revelation. But I found out that if you read in a chronological order, you gain an understanding that you otherwise would not have gained if you had been just doing the traditional Genesis to Revelations. Now, this is what I mean. Chronological order, okay, let's put it this way. There are 66 books in our modern Bible. Now, the books have been arranged in a particular order. That order is not chronological. So, for instance, you might, what practical example can I give? You might be reading the Bible and you realize that, say you're reading about, let's say, the book of Job. Okay, so you would have noticed this, that Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes are somewhere in the middle of the Bible, but in chronological order, the book of Job is supposed to come somewhere in the book of Genesis. But if you follow the traditional arrangement of the book, you are not going to get that chronological order. So reading the Bible through chronologically gives you a perspective that is it's so awesome. You would otherwise not have gotten that particular perspective if you're just reading the book traditionally. You understand a series of events, it gives you clarity, it helps you to know what the Bible really is all about. So we're going to be doing that. So those are a few tips I would want us to bear in mind as we read through the Bible. It gives you a bird's eye view once you go through the Bible chronologically. Now, the goal is to go through the Bible throughout the entire year. So set time aside for it. Set time aside to go through the Bible the entire year. You can set 30 minutes, 20 minutes every single day to achieve this goal. Next, there will be certain scriptures, as I explained earlier, that will jump up to me, and I will explain those scriptures in these YouTube videos. Now, if I'm not able to, I'll try as much as possible to produce a video on a daily basis to cover those specific verses for the day that jump up to me, so that it will bring some understanding and clarity as we read the Bible. Of course, the days I'm not able to release a video, I'll put up some notes so that you can still be with me and then we can go through this together. Also, you would Let's also take note of this. Once we begin reading the Bible every day and we're releasing videos as often as possible, we're going to pick up a rhythm. It becomes habitual, becomes a part of your life. Once I feel that we've picked up some good rhythm, we're going to move on to some other aspects of the Bible, topical issues of the Bible, to bring other perspectives and understanding to our studies and our reading of the Bible. We try to make the Bible reading as practical in our daily lives as possible. So let's get the rhythm for going through the Bible through the entire year. Once we pick up that rhythm, I'll move on to other topical issues of interest and we'll see how it goes. Finally, my final tip is this. If you miss any day, so let's say we start today, as usual, usually people start with a lot of vibrancy, people are able to keep pace for the first couple of days. But if you notice that you miss some days or you miss some chapters along the line, the temptation is to want to read those chapters and catch up, which is cool. But then this is what I've experienced. It's much easier that if you miss a day, let's say today being a Saturday, you missed today's reading, so we find ourselves in tomorrow. What you can do is read tomorrow, Sunday's reading, finish with that one, then you can play catch up by going to or coming back to today's reading. So those are basically the tips to note. I think that's basically that in terms of tips. Now let's take note of this. How are we going to be picking up the chapters? This is what we are using. We're using the U version. There is a Bible app called U version Bible app. It's on Android, it's on iOS, it also has a desktop version. That is what we're going to be using to do our chronological reading of the Bible. So download the Bible app or the U version Bible app and go to the chronological plan of the YouVersion Bible app. I'm also going to make the notes I put there public. So once you are there with me on that app, you're going to be able to read the notes that I personally take. Then of course you can watch this video as well, or vice versa. Now kindly take note, this is not a paid for promotion. I've not been contacted to do any form of ad, but this is the Bible app I use and I found it very effective and helpful over the years. So that is it for today. These are the tips. Let's roll right on in. I'm going to release the next video before the close of today, and then we're going to take the chapters. We are going to look at not chapter by chapter, but I'm going to share a few verses like I explained earlier. For today, the Bible reading is Genesis chapter 1 through to chapter 3. So feel free. See you in the next video.